Manifesting that this message finds the collective who needs to hear it. I've been getting this download around the energy of Barbie, and there are so many layers to this, so I've been super excited to get this out. But there are a couple different things with this Barbie imagery, and please know, all of my readings are gender non-specific. I sometimes talk about feminine, masculine energies. It does not mean that you have to be a feminine or masculine affirming identity in order to resonate, but if you don't resonate, that's fine. But with this Barbie imagery and kind of energy that I'm getting here, there's layers to this. So anybody who's familiar with the Barbie movie, one of the big themes of that movie is she establishes essentially a layer of consciousness, understanding what it means to be human. And so there is part of this collective where it feels like maybe for a long time throughout your life, you were comfortable with life just happening to you, literally feeling like the clothes were being put on you, you were being plopped into certain situations, you were being told how to act, who to be. But there has been an awakening within you as of late. And this can be a very deep spiritual awakening, but for some of you, it's also just like an awakening to your standards, what you deserve. So there's been a shift where things that you used to allow and let slide throughout your life, you no longer do. You have firm boundaries because you've come to a certain understanding within yourself, with the divine as well, if that resonates. And it's just about moving in this new direction. And it kind of feels like your life's never going to be the same. Ignorance is bliss. And now that you're no longer ignorant to some of the behaviors, some of the patterns that you were falling into, it's sort of causing this disruption in your life. Okay. But there's also something here about, yes, again, with the Barbie imagery, having life be done for you. There's also this multifaceted nature to it as well. You know, Barbie can be a astronaut, a lawyer, a doctor, a nurse. There's something about you that is very unique, and you're being called to not feel like you have to fit one specific mold. You're allowed to create and define who you are based on what you're good at, what you feel called towards. You don't have to fit yourself in a box. You don't have to only be good at one thing. Okay? And for some of you too, I'm also seeing God, divine source, literally picking up your Barbie avatar essentially, and finally upgrading you to that Malibu dream house that you wanted, or that convertible car. So some of you are getting upgrades when it comes to your, surroundings, your physical environment. Okay, so let's get some more. So 3 of Pentacles. You got the Page of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, and 8 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, there is a new beginning, again, a new pathway that has opened up for you because you've come to this level of awareness again, because you have looked at your situation, looked at your life, and recognized that, oh, actually, I don't have to put up with those toxic behaviors. Oh, actually, it's okay for me to learn new things and form my path around this new information that's being provided. So you are stepping on to a new scene. You are stepping towards new levels of abundance. You may feel very adolescent in this at the time being. So this is like, if you're going through a spiritual awakening, you might be in that place where you're like, oh my gosh, everything's so overwhelming. I don't know, is this real? Am I going crazy? Or starting a new project, starting a new job, starting something where you just feel like a beginner still. And this is causing you some severe anxiety, stress, worry. You're up at night, you're constantly racking your brain around like worst case scenario situations, but it's through this process that you are mastering over your energy, also mastering over your skills. So if you've like just learned a new skill, or you've just felt called towards starting something new, yeah, you're going to feel like a beginner at first. Yes, it's going to be stressful because you're stepping into the unknown. You've never done this before. But as you continue, as you put in the work, as you take the aligned action, as you stay focused on the journey and the path, you become a master at this, where you're able to duplicate your efforts over the course of time. And so there's definitely a strong call here too of like connecting with people. I think that's a deep message for those of us who are going off a ventured path or something that feels very unknown. It's important to have community. It's important to have connections. And this can come in so many different forms. Of course, your friend group, people that you work with, calling in collaborations, connecting with a mentor, even somebody who has walked the path before you. Okay, so don't feel like you ever have to do it alone. There are so many resources and guides available for whatever it is you're trying to accomplish or whatever it is you're going through right now. But yeah, it's like nothing will be the same, is just what I keep hearing. Nothing will be the same. Once you understand yourself at a new level, and once you see life in a new way, you can't go backwards. You can only go forwards. And so you are moving forwards. You are moving away from this feeling of, again, lack, scarcity, confusion, instability, all of this chaotic energy that you maybe are finding yourself circulating in. That's where you're shifting away from through this mastering over what it is you're undergoing. And with the King of Wands showing up here, it's like you are, through this process, becoming a more powerful version of yourself, rising from the ashes, very heavy phoenix energy, rising from the ashes, things that had crumbled apart. I understand that for the human ego mind, it can be very confusing and very hurtful when you start awakening to certain behaviors or certain things around you and not resonating with them anymore and start seeing them fall away. You're being called to let the things that fall away. Take whatever is left in your energy and try to transmute it into more power, knowing that you are protected, knowing that your path is divinely guided at this time. Yeah, walking away from this conflict, this one-upping. I'm even feeling like you've been in situations where there was always competition or talking down on your accomplishments or talking down on what you were doing, or people just not understanding or resonating with your energy anymore. And so you're choosing, rather than putting up your swords and fighting and going against this energy, you've decided to walk away. You've decided to turn your back on conflict. And again, that is what is going to reward you. And I just feel like you're falling into new stability when it comes to your home, your finances, your security overall is changing. And you may be feeling very protective over this because, again, if this is all brand new to you, it can feel very scary and you don't want to watch it leave as quickly as it comes in. You're also being guided here, though, that what's for you is for you. It cannot be missed. It cannot leave you. You will receive your manifestations when you're at the energy of maintaining it. So there's no need to worry or fear that when it comes in, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be able to maintain it? Am I going to be able to hold it? The reason you have it is because you have that capacity to hold it. And again, as things shift and you change and you transform and you evolve, some things will fall away that you thought were, going to come with you, including relationships, including jobs, including projects. It's okay to let the path evolve and transform. There is this balance of having to release some of that control. But yeah, you've been facing a lot of toxic energies, past situations that left you really worried about being able to open yourself up again to blessings. And I feel like that is where you have really been trying to cater to yourself, cater to your soul, cater to your mind. Let yourself know that these chains are not actually locked. This devil energy is not actually holding you back. You have the power to release yourself from the chains, decide where you're going, step again into your full power, your magnetism. With a King of Wands and Queen of Wands showing up as well, some of you, this is like falling into a divine union that feels so different from any of your past connections because you're coming into it as a newly heightened version of yourself. And so it's almost like power couple vibes, falling into balance with justice. Your karma is balancing all of the battles that you've been through, paying off in this. So you have so much to look forward to. Again, some of you are getting that up leveling in your physical surroundings, but a lot of you have just been experiencing this soul expansion, self-awareness, self-concept that is really changing your reality. Let it. This is for the best. This is for your best possible timeline that is unfolding for you right now. And if you made it to this, thank you so much. I just updated my offerings, by the way, so you can check out the link in my bio. I included a tip jar and how you can book with me after getting some feedback that was something that people wanted. So I love you all so much, and thanks for being here.